ये जो क्या ना इधर का पूरा सेटिंग है मैडम के फोन लगाने के लिए
जरूर जाणाऱ्यांना समोर आलं जरूर जाणारे समोर आले
A very warm good morning to one and all the dignitaries present on the dais, staff members, and all my dear students. I welcome you all in one-day online national webinar on DELNET resources and services jointly organized by Department of Library, Yashwant Mahavidyalaya, Vachan, DELNET, New Delhi, and Koti on the occasion of Vachan Prerna Din, a birth anniversary of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. I would like to request all the dignitaries to pay homage by offering flowers to the photo of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Now it's time to welcome our dignitaries present on the dais. May I request Professor Aruna Harle madam to welcome our chairman, Honorable Dr. R.M. Pele sir, Principal, Yashwant Mahavidyalaya, Vachan, with booking. Thank you, madam. I welcome Honorable Dr. Sangeeta Paul madam, Coordinator DELNET New Delhi, with my kind words who will join online after a few minutes. Now I would like to invite Dr. Pratibha Katkar madam to welcome respected Dr. K.C. Kulkarni madam, Coordinator IQC with cooking. Thank you, madam. I request Dr. Aarti Chaudhary madam to welcome Professor Pramod Narayane sir, Coordinator Cultural Committee with bouquet. Nikita Nirma Madam to welcome respected Dr. Naresh Kawade Sir, Coordinator, Library Committee. Thank you, Madam. I would like to invite Dr. Dupare Madam to welcome Honorable Dr. Atul Sidurkar Sir, Head Department of Library. Thank you, Madam. Now it's time to know aim and objective of this event, and for this purpose, let me invite Dr. Atul Sidurkar Sir to deliver introductory speech.
सर्वप्रथम भारत रत्न डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की प्रतिमा पर श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित करता हूँ। आदरणीय मंच को नमस्कार करता हूँ, प्रणाम करता हूँ। मंच पर उपस्थित महाविद्यालय के प्राचार्य डॉक्टर डेले सर, कल्चरल कमेटी के हेड प्रोफेसर नारायण सर, लाइब्रेरी एडवाइजरी कमेटी के हेड कवाड़े सर, IKC कोऑर्डिनेटर डॉक्टर कुलकर्णी मैम, मेरे फेलो कलीग्स और मेरे प्रिय विद्यार्थी, जैसा कि आप जानते हैं आज 15 अक्टूबर है और 15 अक्टूबर इतिहास का एक महत्वपूर्ण दिन है। महत्वपूर्ण दिन इसलिए क्योंकि आज भारत रत्न डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम का जन्म दिवस है और इस जन्म दिवस को हम वाचन प्रेरणा दिवस के रूप में मनाते हैं। और गर्व करने की बात यह है कि वाचन प्रेरणा दिवस न केवल भारत में अपितु पूरे विश्व में बड़े धूमधाम से मनाया जाता है। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम, जिनको हम मिसाइल मैन भी कहते हैं और उनको हम पीपल्स प्रेसिडेंट भी कहते हैं। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम को हम पीपल्स प्रेसिडेंट क्यों कहते हैं? क्योंकि डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम हर धर्म, जाति, संप्रदाय, मजहब उससे उठकर उन्होंने लोगों के लिए काम किया और वैसे ही हर धर्म, मजहब, जाति से लोगों ने उनको सम्मान और प्यार दिया। वो लोगों के बीच जाते थे, लोगों से बात करते थे, खासकर युवाओं के बीच जाते थे, विद्यार्थियों के बीच जाते थे और उन्हें मोटिवेट करते थे। तो आप लोगों के लिए एक सच्चे हीरो हैं डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम। और मिसाइल मैन इसलिए कहा जाता था कि जितने भी स्वदेशी मिसाइल के बारे में आपने सुना होगा, जैसे कि पृथ्वी, अग्नि, नाग, त्रिशूल, ये सारे मिसाइल्स प्रोग्राम में डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका थी। इतना ही नहीं, हमारा भारत परमाणु संपन्न शक्तिशाली देश बना डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की वजह से। उन्होंने परमाणु जो हमने न्यूक्लियर टेस्ट किए उसमें उन्होंने उल्लेखनीय भूमिका निभाई। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम को हम अपने तहे दिल से नमन करते हैं। अभी आपने देखा होगा कि चाइना और इंडिया के बीच में बहुत टेंशन हुआ था डोकलाम के समय, और उस समय इंडिया ने जिस तरीके से रिएक्ट किया, इस प्रोएक्टिव तरीके से हमने चाइना का सामना किया, वो इस कारण संभव हो पाया कि डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की वजह से हम परमाणु संपन्न शक्तिशाली देश है और इसी वजह से कोई दूसरा देश हमारे ऊपर आक्रमण करने के बारे में नहीं सोच सकता है। इतनी शक्ति, इतना सामर्थ्य, इतनी मजबूती हमारे देश में है। लेकिन मित्रों, जब भी हम कोई ऊंची इमारत देखते हैं या कोई मंदिर देखते हैं और उसके स्वर्ण कलश को देखते हैं, तो हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि कभी उसकी बुनियाद में किसी ने पत्थर भी रखे होंगे, किसी ने कष्ट भी उठाए होंगे, तभी उसकी बुनियाद, उसकी नींव मजबूत हो पाए। उसी प्रकार जैसे हमारा देश हम बोलते हैं कि बहुत मजबूत है, शक्तिशाली है, तो इसकी वजह यह है कि इसकी नींव में बहुत सारे महान व्यक्ति जैसे डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम, डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर, महात्मा गांधी, वल्लभ भाई पटेल, इनका महत्वपूर्ण योगदान रहा है। इनकी वजह से हमारा देश इतना शक्तिशाली और मजबूत है। मित्रों, कभी कभी हम बहुत क्रिटिकल हो जाते हैं देश के बारे में कि हमारे देश में ये नहीं है, हमारे देश में वो नहीं है। खासकर युवा पर हम नेगेटिव बातें ज़्यादा करते हैं देश के बारे में। तो मुझे लगता है हमें देश के बारे में जितना हो सके पॉजिटिव सोचना चाहिए, क्योंकि ठीक है हर देश में कुछ नेगेटिव बातें होती है। अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं कि हमारे देश में क्या नेगेटिव बातें हैं तो आप पूरी लिस्ट बता पाएंगे, लेकिन अगर पॉजिटिव चीज़ के बारे में मैं पूछूं तो शायद आपको सोचने पर मजबूर होना पड़ेगा कि हमारे देश में क्या क्या पॉजिटिव चीज़ें हैं। हमारा भारत इस विश्व की सबसे प्राचीन सभ्यता है। ज्ञान का पहला सूरज भारत में निकला हुआ। भारत ने विश्व को आयुर्वेद दिया, भारत ने विश्व को धर्म दिया, ज्ञान दिया, संस्कृति दी। इतना ही नहीं, हमारे भारत में नालंदा जैसा पहला विश्वविद्यालय बना। हम हर क्षेत्र में आगे, हम टेक्नोलॉजी में आगे, हमने परम सुपर कंप्यूटर बनाया, हमने 108 देशों को वैक्सीन पहुंचाई अभी कोविड के पीरियड में। हम किसी भी रूप से कम नहीं, हमारे पास आर्यभट्ट जैसे हमने सैटेलाइट छोड़े। आपको याद होगा पिछले 2 साल पहले 108 सैटेलाइट भारत से छोड़े गए इसरो की मदद से। इवन अमेरिका ने हमसे हेल्प मांगी थी कि हमारा सैटेलाइट आप छोड़ के दीजिए। तो इतना महत्वपूर्ण और इतना शक्तिशाली देश हमारा है। अभी जब हम कभी भी देखते हैं कि हमारा कोई प्लेयर, हमारा कोई स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन पोडियम में खड़े होता है, फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे आता है और हमारा भारत का ध्वज ऊपर लहराता है, तो हमारे मन में कुछ न कुछ होता है, एक अनुभूति होती है, पॉजिटिव अनुभूति होती है, हमारे शरीर में रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं और एक देश प्रेम की भावना हमें जाग जाती है। तो देश प्रेम की जो भावना है वो एक ऐसी भावना है जो सारे लोगों को एकत्रित करती है, चाहे वो किसी भी रिलीजियस का हो, किसी भी धर्म का हो और किसी भी मजहब का हो। मैं चाहता हूँ कि हमारे युवा वर्ग हमारे देश को मजबूत करने में अपनी महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाए, क्योंकि जब तक हम शक्तिशाली नहीं होंगे, आज का जो जियो पॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन है उसमें हमें शक्तिशाली होना बहुत जरूरी है। जब तक हम शक्तिशाली नहीं होंगे, हमारी वॉइस ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म पे नहीं सुनी जाएगी। रामधारी सिंह दिनकर कहते हैं कि क्षमा शोधती उस भजन को जिसके पास गर्व, उसको क्या जो दंतहीन विषरही विनीत सरल। सच पूछो तो शर्म की बस्ती है व्यक्ति विनय की, संधि वचन संकुच उसी का जिसको शक्ति विजय की। ये हमारा देश गौतम बुद्ध का भी देश है, जहाँ हमें शांति का मार्ग सिखाया गया है, प्रेम का मार्ग सिखाया गया है। लेकिन हमारा देश महाराणा प्रताप का भी है, शिवाजी महाराज का भी है, लक्ष्मीबाई का भी है। बुद्ध से हम युद्ध के रास्ते में आने में हमको 2 मिनट भी नहीं लगेगा। हमने देखा है, हमने पाकिस्तान के भी टुकड़े कर दिए, है ना। और वक्त आने पे हम किसी से भी निपट सकते हैं, इतनी शक्ति हमारे बीच में है। पहले हमारी छवि ऐसी पेश की गई थी कि हम बहुत उदारवादी है, हमें एक गाल पे थप्पड़ मारेंगे तो हम दूसरा गाल सामने कर देंगे। लेकिन आज हमारे पास झुकेगा नहीं वाला एटीट्यूड आया है कि नहीं। अभी हम किसी से झुकते नहीं, आंखों पे आंखें डाल के बात करते हैं, चाहे कोई विश्व एक की तरफ हो जाए, लेकिन भारत सबसे निपटने के लिए तैयार है। कमिंग बैक टू डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम, डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम के बारे में आप बहुत कुछ जानते हैं, लेकिन जब मैंने उनके बारे में पढ़ा तो मैंने 5 बातें निकाली जो आप उनसे सीख सकते हैं, और वो 5 बातें मैं आपके साथ डिस्कस करूंगा। पहली बात जो आप डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम से सीख सकते हैं वो है सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड। सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड मतलब धन्यवाद की भावना। आपके प्रेरणा ब्रांड की आप किताब पढ़िए, हमारे लाइब्रेरी में है, उसका नाम है मैजिक। उसमें सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड के बारे में उन्होंने बताया है कि हमारे जीवन में हमको बहुत सारी चीजें मिलती है, प्रकृति से भी हमको बहुत सारी चीजें मिलती है। जैसे हम ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं, जैसे हमको भोजन मिलता है पृथ्वी से, हमें सूर्य की रोशनी मिलती है, हमें हमारे मित्र सहयोग करते हैं, हमारे पेरेंट्स हमको ब्रॉटअप करते हैं, हमारे टीचर हमको सिखाते हैं, लेकिन हम कभी भी उनके प्रति धन्यवाद का भाव कभी व्यक्त नहीं करते। तो उस मैजिक की किताब में बताया गया है कि अगर आप लोगों को धन्यवाद देना शुरू करेंगे छोटी छोटी बातों के लिए, टीचर्स ने आपको अच्छी क्लास दी, अच्छा सेशन दिया, आप उनको थैंक यू बोले, तो प्रकृति आपको उतनी ही डबल तरीके से वो सारी चीजें आपको लौटाएंगी। तो सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड आपके पास होना जरूरी है। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की बात करें तो सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड क्या था उनके जीवन में। उनको नासा से भी ऑफर आया था और उनको 5 गुना ज्यादा सैलरी वहाँ पे ऑफर की गई थी, पर उन्होंने नासा में काम नहीं किया। क्यों नहीं किया? क्योंकि मातृभूमि जहाँ से हमको सब कुछ मिलता है वहीं पर हमको सब कुछ लौटाना चाहिए। ये है सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड। उन्होंने जब वो राष्ट्रपति बने तो उन्होंने अपने घर में जो कॉबलर्स हैं, जो उनके जूते चप्पल वगैरह बनाते थे, और उनके खास दामाद जो उनका खाना बनाते थे, उनको इनवाइट किया। मतलब सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड यहाँ तक कि उन्होंने निचले दर्जे तक के लोगों के बारे में सोचा, इन्होंने मुझे मदद की, उनको उन्होंने राष्ट्रपति भवन में बुलाया। आयन शिलांग की घटना है कि जब वो आयन शिलांग में अपना लेक्चर देने गए, संभवतः उनका लास्ट लेक्चर था, तो उनके सामने एक गार्ड था जो उनको एस्कॉर्ट कर रहा था, उनके सामने चल रहा था, हाथ में गन लेके जीप के ऊपर खड़ा था। तो जैसे ही वो स्टेज तक पहुंचे, सबसे पहले उतर के वो उस गार्ड के पास पहुंचे और सबसे पहले बोले धन्यवाद कि आपने मुझे मेरी रक्षा की, और मुझे सॉरी भी बोलना है आपसे क्योंकि मेरी वजह से आपको इतनी देर तक खड़े रहना पड़ा। तो ये सेंस ऑफ ग्रेटिट्यूड हर विद्यार्थी में होना चाहिए, ऐसी मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ। दूसरी चीज जो आपको उनसे सीखनी चाहिए वो है डाउन टू अर्थ। डाउन टू अर्थ होता है विनम्र होना। हमारे व्यवहार, मैं कहता हूँ कि जो पेड़ होते हैं ना जिसमें फल लगते हैं वो झुक जाते हैं, उसी प्रकार अगर आपके पास नॉलेज है, सच में आपके पास नॉलेज है, तो आप कितने विनम्र हैं उससे किसी का भी आकलन किया जा सकता है कि इस व्यक्ति के पास कितना नॉलेज है। आप अगर अहंकारी हैं तो ये समझ में आता है कि आपके पास नॉलेज की कमी है। जहाँ तक डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की बात है, IIT वाराणसी में जब वो लेक्चर देने गए तो जब सामने चेयर्स लगाई गई थी तो उसमें एक बहुत बड़ी चेयर डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम के लिए लगाई गई, जो एक बड़ी चेयर थी हमारा जो चेयर, तो उन्होंने बोला कि मुझे इस चेयर में नहीं बैठना है क्योंकि ये चेयर वीसी के लिए, वाइस चांसलर के लिए, मुझे छोटी चेयर नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि मैं वाइस चांसलर नहीं हूँ, मैं राष्ट्रपति हूँ और मैं एक नॉर्मल चेयर में ही बैठूंगा। ये हुई डाउन टू अर्थ वाली बात। सेंसिटिव भी थे और हमको भी हर चीज के प्रति सेंसिटिव होना बहुत जरूरी है, संवेदनशील होना बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि हम ह्यूमन बीइंग हैं। अगर हम संवेदनशील नहीं रहेंगे तो हमारे ह्यूमन बीइंग होने का कोई अर्थ नहीं है। मैं डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की कहानी को इसके साथ जोड़ता हूँ कि जब डीआरडीओ में जब कंपाउंड वॉल बन रहा था तो वहाँ के इंजीनियर ने क्या किया कि बाउंड्री वॉल पे उन्होंने कांच के टुकड़े लगा दिए। डॉक्टर कलाम ने उनसे पूछा कि ऐसे आपने कांच के टुकड़े क्यों गड़ाए, तो उनका कहना था कि बाहर के जो लोग हैं, इंट्रोड्यूसर है, वो अंदर नहीं आने चाहिए, इस कारण हमने वो कांच के टुकड़े लगाए। तो डॉक्टर कलाम ने कहा कि नहीं, यहाँ पे कांच के टुकड़े निकाल दो क्योंकि हो सकता है कि कुछ पक्षी यहाँ बैठे हैं और अगर वो पक्षी यहाँ बैठते हैं तो कांच के टुकड़ों से वो लहूलुहान हो सकते हैं। तो इस प्रकार की सेंसिटिविटी हमारे इसमें होनी चाहिए। टाइम मैनेजमेंट, जो चौथी चीज है उनसे आप सीख सकते हैं, टाइम मैनेजमेंट। इतना बिजी होने के बाद भी वो किताबें पढ़ते थे। हम लोग दिन भर सोशल मीडिया में रहते हैं और हम किताबें पढ़ने के लिए समय नहीं निकाल पाते, लेकिन एक राष्ट्रपति जिनके पास कितनी लाइब्रेरी रहती है और कितना उनका बिजी शेड्यूल रहता है, उस शेड्यूल में भी वो समय निकाल के किताब पढ़ते थे। तो ये उनका टाइम मैनेजमेंट। और वो वीणा बजाते थे। आपको आश्चर्य होगा कि जो परमाणु बम की बात करता है वो खुद वीणा भी बजाता है। संगीत से भी उनका लगाव था, वो गीता भी पढ़ते थे, कुरान भी पढ़ते थे। तो एक तो उनके व्यक्तित्व में एक अजीब सा बैलेंस था। वो बैलेंस हमारी जिंदगी में होना बहुत जरूरी है। लास्ट नॉट द लीस्ट जो पॉइंट मैं सोचता हूँ कि आपको जानना चाहिए, ऑनेस्टी एंड हार्ड वर्क। ऑनेस्टी एंड हार्ड वर्क बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है हर विद्यार्थी के जीवन में। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की बात करूं तो जब राष्ट्रपति भवन में कुछ उनके पर्सनल मेहमान आए थे तो उसका पूरा बिल डॉक्टर कलाम ने खुद दिया था। तो एक ऑनेस्टी। और हम देख रहे हैं आज के जमाने में क्या हो रहा है, एक शिक्षा मंत्री के घर से करोड़ों रुपए बरामद हो रहे हैं। तो किस प्रकार से आइडियोलॉजी बदल रही है, उस समय की आइडियोलॉजी क्या थी और आज की आइडियोलॉजी क्या है। जब वो राष्ट्रपति भवन से निकले तो उनके पास 2500 किताबें थी और सिर्फ 16,000 रुपए अकाउंट में थे। तो ये होती है ऑनेस्टी। और हार्डवर्क के बारे में जानते हैं, 18 घंटे वो काम करते थे कंटिन्यू, 18 घंटे, तभी जाके वो इतनी बड़ी पोस्ट में पहुंचे। बचपन में अखबार बेचते थे, अखबार बेचने के लिए जब जाते थे तो अखबार बेचते जाते समय वो अखबार पढ़ लेते थे। सुबह 7 बजे उठते, सुबह 4 बजे उठते थे वो, क्योंकि एक लेक्चरर ऐसे थे कि उन्होंने कंडीशन रखी थी कि अगर कोई विद्यार्थी 4 बजे मेरे पास पढ़ने के लिए आएगा तो मैं उसकी ट्यूशन फीस नहीं लूंगा। तो ये डेडिकेशन, ये हार्डवर्क डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम के लाइफ में था। यहाँ पर उनके 3 फेमस कोट को भी मुझे बोलना बहुत जरूरी लगता है क्योंकि उनके काफी कोटेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और हमारी लाइफ में एक अपने को एक नई दिशा दे सकते हैं। जो पहला कोटेशन में मुझे पसंद है उनका, वो है कि रीड टुडे एंड लीड टुमारो। आज हम पढ़िए, आज हम किताब पढ़िए और कल विश्व को आप लीड कीजिए। आप कोई भी नाम उठा के देखिए, महात्मा गांधी का नाम उठा के देखिए, डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर, इलॉन मस्क, स्टीव जॉब्स, मार्क जकरबर्ग, सारे जितने भी सक्सेसफुल लोग हैं सबके बीच में एक कॉमन चीज है कि वो किताबें पढ़ते हैं। तो ये जो कोटेशन उन्होंने दिया, रीड टुडे एंड रीड टुमारो एंड रीडर्स आर लीडर, ये हमारे जीवन में बहुत आवश्यक है। सभी विद्यार्थियों को समय निकाल के किताबें पढ़ना चाहिए और एटलीस्ट 5 किताबें आपको हर साल पढ़ना चाहिए, क्योंकि जितने भी सक्सेसफुल लोग हैं वो कहते हैं कि साल में वो 50 किताबें पढ़ते हैं। तो आप एटलीस्ट 5 किताबें अपने सिलेबस के अलावा पढ़िए, राइट। उसके बाद एक कोटेशन उन्होंने दिया था कि 1 बुक इज इक्वल टू 100 गुड फ्रेंड्स एंड 100 गुड फ्रेंड्स आर इक्वल टू 1 लाइब्रेरी। 100 अच्छे दोस्त बचाने की बजाय एक अच्छी किताब से आप दोस्ती कीजिए जो आपको ज्यादा काम आएगी। और सूरज की तरह चमकना है तो सूरज की तरह जलना होगा। अगर लाइफ में आपको सक्सेस चाहिए, सक्सेस हर कोई चाहता है, हर आदमी चाहता है कि उसको वेल्थ मिले, नेम मिले, फेम मिले, लेकिन ये ऐसा नहीं मिलता है। उसके लिए बहुत हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ता है, उसके लिए सूरज की तरह जलना पड़ता है, तभी सूरज की तरह आप चमक सकते हो। तो ये सारी बातें आपको अपने जीवन में उतारनी चाहिए, उनके जीवन से। देखिए, आपके विद्यार्थियों के जीवन में हमेशा 2 रास्ते आएंगे, राइट और रॉन्ग। हमेशा आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि रॉन्ग रास्ते पे चलने पे हमको सब कुछ इजीली मिल जाएगा और वो बड़ा आपको आकर्षित भी करेगा, लेकिन आपको चूज करना है राइट रास्ता। रॉन्ग रास्ता आपको शॉर्टकट के समान लगेगा, आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन जब आप कठिन रास्ते से गुजरते हैं तभी आपको सफलता मिलती है, तभी सफलता के उच्च शिखर पर आप पहुंच सकते हैं, अन्यथा आप असफलता के गर्भ में भी जा सकते हैं। तो हमेशा इस बात का ध्यान रखिए। और एक चीज आपसे मैं बोलना चाहूंगा कि अक्सर जब आप युवा होते हैं तो आपके सामने 2 ऑप्शन आते हैं, लुक और बुक। सिर्फ एक ही कैरेक्टर का फर्क है, एल और बी। अगर आपने लुक पे ध्यान दिया आज के डेट में तो आप सिर्फ 10-15 लोगों को आकर्षित कर सकेंगे या प्रभावित कर सकेंगे, लेकिन लुक की अगर आपने बुक की तरफ ध्यान दिया तो पूरा विश्व आपकी तरफ देखेगा, पूरा विश्व आपको रेस्पेक्ट करेगा। तो आपको चूज करना है, आपकी जिंदगी है, आपको चूज करना है। टीचर आपको गाइड करेंगे, हम लोग आपको गाइड करेंगे, लेकिन निर्णय आपको लेना है कि सही रास्ते पे चलना कि गलत रास्ते पे चलना। मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा क्योंकि 11 बजे डॉक्टर संगीता कौर डेलनेट से जुड़ने वाली हैं और बहुत अच्छा शेड्यूल उनका होता है। हमने डेलनेट की सुविधा लाइब्रेरी में ली है और फ्री है, तो डेलनेट कैसे यूज करना है ये विद्यार्थियों को ये बात को पता नहीं है। तो ये एक प्रकार का वेबिनार है, उसमें मैडम बताएंगी किस किस तरीके से उस डेलनेट को हमको यूज करना है। तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन होने वाला है 11 बजे। मैडम न्यू दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से जुड़ने वाली है, बहुत अच्छी वक्ता है, आप बिल्कुल उनका लाभ उठाइए और पूरे सेशन को अटेंड कीजिए। शार्प 11 बजे सेशन चालू होगा। इसके अलावा ये जो आज का कार्यक्रम था वो ओटी जो क्लस्टर ऑफ 13 इंस्टीट्यूशन है उनके सौजन्य से और साथ में कल्चरल डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ लाइब्रेरी और ये पूरा महाविद्यालय सबने मिलकर आयोजित किया था। तो होपफुली कि आप 11 बजे यहाँ पे अवेलेबल रहेंगे और सेशन का पूरा फायदा उठाएंगे। मैं एक बार पुनः डॉक्टर अतुल कलाम की प्रतिमा को हृदय से नम्रतापूर्वक श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूँ और उम्मीद करता हूँ कि हमारे बीच में कोई विद्यार्थी निकलेगा जो अब्दुल कलाम की तरह, सूरज की तरह पूरे विश्व में चमकेगा। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir, for your motivational and insightful address. Now I would like to request Honorable Principal Dr. R.M. Veles, sir, to address us on this event.
भारतरत्न भारताचे पूर्व राष्ट्रपती APJ अब्दुल कलाम यांच्या प्रतिमेला विनम्र अभिवादन। यशवंत महाविद्यालयातील ग्रंथालय विभाग आणि क्लस्टर ऑफ 13 इंस्टीट्यूशन OT यांच्या संयुक्त विद्यमानानं आयोजित या वेबिनारच्या प्रमुख वक्त्या माननीय संगीता कौर, संचालक डेलनेट दिल्ली, IQAC समन्वयक डॉक्टर कल्पना कुलकर्णी मॅडम, ग्रंथालय सल्लागार समितीचे समन्वयक डॉक्टर नरेश कवाडे, सांस्कृतिक समितीचे समन्वयक प्रमोद नारायणे, ग्रंथालय विभाग प्रमुख डॉक्टर अतुल सिदुरकर, उपस्थित सहाध्यायी प्राध्यापक वर्ग आणि विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, ज्यांच्या जयंती निमित्तानं संपूर्ण देशभर वाचन प्रेरणा दिवस म्हणून हा साजरा केला जातो। APJ अब्दुल कलाम जे सायंटिस्ट होते, अणुशक्तीमध्ये देशाला गौरव प्राप्त करून देण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून त्यांचं स्थान हे मोठं आहे। त्याचबरोबर देशाचे राष्ट्रपती म्हणून त्यांनी यशस्वीपणे धुरा सांभाळली। देशाच्या सर्वोच्च पदावर असताना सुद्धा समाजामध्ये वावरून, समाजाशी बांधिलकी ठेवून आणि समाजाशी हितगुज साधून APJ अब्दुल कलामने संपूर्ण कार्यकाळ आपला पूर्ण केला। त्यामध्ये त्यांना विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये जाऊन त्यांचं उद्बोधन करणं जास्त प्रिय होतं, कारण हा तरुण वर्ग, हा विद्यार्थी वर्ग हे उद्याचं भवितव्य आहे, उद्याचं भविष्य आहे, उद्याचा नागरिक आहे आणि हा नागरिक उत्तम रीतीने घडावा, त्याच्यामध्ये उत्तमोत्तर गुण विकसित व्हावे, या दृष्टिकोनातून या महान व्यक्तीचं व्यक्तिमत्वाचं आदर्श आपल्या डोळ्यासमोर ठेवणं हे अतिशय महत्वाचं आहे. संपूर्ण जीवनामध्ये एका गरिबीतून हा व्यक्ती पुढे आला, अतिशय ऐश्वर्य भोगू शकला असता, ऐशो आरामात जगू शकला असता, पण ज्या देशामध्ये आपण जन्मलो त्या देशाप्रती निष्ठा राखून त्या देशासाठी काहीतरी देणं लागतं, या दृष्टिकोनातून आपलं संपूर्ण आयुष्य समर्पित करण्याचं व्यक्तिमत्व म्हणजे डॉक्टर APJ अब्दुल कलाम. आणि म्हणून तुम्ही वाचन प्रेरणा दिनाच्या निमित्तानं असा प्रण केला पाहिजे की आपण APJ अब्दुल कलाम यांची पुस्तकं ही वाचली पाहिजे. आणि मराठीमध्ये अनुवादित पुस्तकं ही उपलब्ध आहे, अग्निपंख सारखं. आणि या पुस्तकांमधून त्यांचे विचार, त्यांची जीवन पद्धती, त्यांची कार्यशक्ती, कार्यशैली या सगळ्याचा परिचय तुम्हाला होईल. आणि यातील काही ना काही गुण आपल्या जीवनामध्ये उतरवण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून आपल्याला कार्य करता येईल. आणि त्या दृष्टिकोनातूनच हा वाचन प्रेरणा दिवस आपण साजरा करतो. प्रेरणा म्हटलं की तुमच्यामध्ये प्रेरणा निर्माण करायची आहे. आणि ती प्रेरणा कशाची? तर अर्थातच पुस्तक वाचण्याची. आणि त्यामुळं पुस्तक हा असं म्हटलं जातं की व्यक्तीचा सर्वात जवळचा मित्र आहे. पुस्तकातील पात्र, पुस्तकातील प्रसंग हे सामाजिक जीवनाचं प्रतिबिंब असतं. आणि त्यामुळं त्याचं वाचन केल्यामुळं आपल्या ज्ञानात भर पडतं, कारण त्यामध्ये ज्ञानाच्या सुद्धा अनेक कक्षा आहेत. त्या दृष्टिकोनातून अनेक पुस्तक उपलब्ध आहेत. आणि आज जर आपण विचार केला तर आता या बदलत्या युगामध्ये वैज्ञानिक क्रांती झाली आणि या वैज्ञानिक क्रांतीमुळं मुद्रणातीत अशा प्रकारच्या पुस्तकाऐवजी आता इंटरनेटच्या माध्यमातून सुद्धा PDF रूपामध्ये तुम्हाला विभिन्न पुस्तकं ही विनामूल्य उपलब्ध होतात. आणि त्याचं वाचन हे करता येतं. सामान्यपणे आपण काय करतो तर मोबाईल मध्ये जे काही व्हॉट्सअप आहे त्याच्यामधले मेसेजेस आहेत आणि त्याचं आदान प्रदान आहे, यावर जास्त आपला कल असतो. त्यातून आपण दिवसरात्र आपले डोळे फोडून घेतो. त्याऐवजी जर आपण या वाचनावर लक्ष केंद्रित केलं आणि त्यातून आपल्या ज्ञानामध्ये जर भर घातली तर ती निश्चितपणे जीवनाला पुढे नेण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून महत्वाची राहील. आणि त्या दृष्टिकोनातून वाटचाल करणं आवश्यक आहे. त्याचबरोबर आपल्या महाविद्यालयातील ग्रंथालय अतिशय समृद्ध आहे. आणि नुसतंच ग्रंथरूपाने इथं पुस्तक उपलब्ध नाही, तर इथं इंटरनेटच्या माध्यमातून विविध फॅसिलिटीज तुम्हाला दिलेल्या आहेत. देशातल्या विभिन्न लायब्ररीशी त्या माध्यमातून तुम्हाला कनेक्ट होता येतं, जोडल्या जाता येतं. आणि त्या ठिकाणी असणारी पुस्तकं तुम्हाला सहज रीतीनं इथे उपलब्ध करून घेता येतं. त्या ठिकाणी आपल्याला दिसतं की झेरॉक्स सुद्धा त्या ठिकाणी उपलब्ध आहे. म्हणजे काही आवश्यक अशा प्रकारच्या पुस्तकातील काही अंश जर तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी गरजेचे असतील तर त्याचे प्रिंटआउट्स तुम्हाला त्या ठिकाणी काढता येतात. म्हणजे अतिशय सुसज्ज अशा प्रकारचं ग्रंथालय आपलं आहे. आणि त्यामुळे या ग्रंथालयाचा लाभ आपण घेतला पाहिजे. या ग्रंथालयामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना कुठल्याही प्रकारचं डिस्टर्बन्स होऊ नये यासाठी आपण अद्यावत अशा प्रकारचं ग्रंथालय आपलं आहे की वाचन कक्ष, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा एक चेंबर सारखं या ठिकाणी बनवलं गेलं की त्या ठिकाणी त्या विद्यार्थ्याला दुसऱ्या विद्यार्थ्याचा कुठल्याही प्रकारचं डिस्टर्बन्स होणार नाही आणि एकाग्र चित्तानं तो त्या ठिकाणी वाचन करू शकेल. आणि म्हणून या सर्व सोयीचा लाभ हा तुम्हाला घ्यायचा आहे. त्याचबरोबर डेलनेटची सुविधा आणि या डेलनेटचा विद्यार्थी जीवनामध्ये आणि त्याचबरोबर ज्ञानामध्ये भर घालण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून काय उपयोग आहे त्या दृष्टिकोनातून आपल्याशी संवाद हा ऑनलाईनच्या माध्यमातून माननीय संगीता कौल मॅडम हा साधणार आहे आणि त्यामुळं मी आता अधिक वेळ घेत नाही आणि इथे थांबतो. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance. And now I would like to invite Professor Prafulla Kale to express vote of thanks.
नमस्कार. आजच्या कार्यक्रमासाठी माननीय प्राचार्य डॉक्टर रवींद्र बेले सर यांनी अध्यक्षस्थान स्वीकारले आणि आपल्याला त्यांच्या भाषणातून मार्गदर्शन केले, त्याबद्दल मी सरांचे मनापासून आभार मानतो. आजच्या कार्यक्रमासाठी जे प्रमुख वक्त्या म्हणून लाभलेले आहेत डॉक्टर संगीता कौल मॅम, हे आपल्याला डेलनेट या विषयावर मार्गदर्शन करणार आहेत, त्याबद्दलही मी मॅमचे आभार मानतो. आजच्या कार्यक्रमाचे प्रास्ताविक आपल्या महाविद्यालयाचे ग्रंथालय विभाग प्रमुख डॉक्टर अतुल सिदुरकर सर यांनी केले, त्याबद्दल मी सरांचे आभार मानतो. प्रमुख उपस्थितीमध्ये माननीय डॉक्टर कल्पना कुलकर्णी मॅडम, IQAC कोऑर्डिनेटर, माननीय डॉक्टर नरेश कवाडे सर, समन्वयक ग्रंथालय समिती विभाग, माननीय प्राध्यापक प्रमोद नारायणे सर, समन्वयक सांस्कृतिक विभाग आदी मान्यवर कार्यक्रमासाठी उपस्थित राहिले आणि कार्यक्रमाची त्यांनी शोभा वाढवली, त्याबद्दल मी सर्वांचे आभार मानतो. अत्यंत सूत्रबद्ध असे संचालन माननीय प्राध्यापक माधुरी सिडाम मॅम यांनी केले, त्याबद्दल मी मॅमचे आभार मानतो. कार्यक्रमासाठी अत्यंत आवश्यक असलेला घटक म्हणजे श्रोतागण, उपस्थित सर्व प्राध्यापक आणि विद्यार्थी वृंद, तसेच प्रत्यक्ष अप्रत्यक्षरित्या ज्यांचे कार्यक्रमाच्या यशस्वीतेसाठी सहकार्य लाभले, अशा सर्वांचे मनापासून आभार मानतो आणि हा कार्यक्रम संपन्न झाला असे जाहीर करतो. धन्यवाद. ऑनलाईन पद्धतीने माननीय डॉक्टर संगीता कौल मॅम यांचं मार्गदर्शन आपल्याला मिळणार आहे, ते झाल्यानंतर कार्यक्रम संपन्न होईल. धन्यवाद.
फोटो घेऊन या लगेच, नुसते आला फोटो घेऊन या.
Welcome to the webinar. If you have questions, the panelists and raise your seat to waiting bills organized as your panelists on the line.
अनिल कर हेलो
आप वीडियो नहीं आ रहा है, वीडियो में आपका दिक्कत चल रहा है, मेरा आ रहा है। नहीं, मेरा तो वीडियो और है, मेरा वीडियो आ रहा है।
आवाज क्यों नहीं Yes, yes.
स्टूडेंट्स आप लोगों ने ये रजिस्ट्रेशन किया है क्या सर?
किया है क्योंकि जिन्होंने रजिस्ट्रेशन किया है उनको ये सर्टिफिकेट्स मिलेंगे। तो आपको मैं एक लिंक देता हूँ, ठीक है, आप उसको से रजिस्ट्रेशन कीजिए।
Hello, Atul, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Very well, very well. My video is not on due to some technical reason.
Atul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am. Quite well.
Okay, that's really fine. I was just wanting to be sure that you're able to hear me. So how many of our participants are there actually? Because online there are only 8.
Sir, ma'am, actually 100 of the students are there in the conference room.
Actually,
We are providing
That's-
this
that's-
video in a hybrid mode. Maybe there are some few students who have joined it on DELNET app.
Yes, they are there online.
Yeah.
Yes, they are there online. Perfectly fine. That's, I was just wanting to get that, perfectly fine. So I believe there's a little issue with your camera because we are not able to
Yeah,
see
the camera is not
online.
working.
It's perfectly all right, yes. Do we have Dr. Deshmukh there, the principal?
Ma'am, Dr. Deshmukh has been retired. So instead of Dr. Deshmukh,
So we have Dr. R.N. Davis.
R.N. is there, but he's in off and mode. He's not connected to you online. He's watching you online on the
Okay.
main screen.
Okay, that's nice. No, because I was really like him also to speak on this occasion. That's the reason I was wanting to check with you.
Yeah. Actually, I will manage the whole session. I will moderate the whole session.
Okay, fine,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Thanks for confirming that. So Atul, we are starting off the broadcast on this end because it's sharp 11 o'clock now. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thanks.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Namaskar and a very pleasant good morning to all of you. I send you a call on behalf of DELNET Developing Library Network New Delhi and also Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Varka extends a very hearty warm welcome to each one of you for joining us today at the DELNET webinar session, which is on DELNET resources and services, being organized on the occasion of the anniversary of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. It's a great honor and privilege for us to organize this session, a collaborative session in collaboration with Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Varka. At the very outset, we would like to acknowledge the great support that we have received from the principal, Dr. R.N. Vede, and we must really acknowledge and express our gratitude to him for joining hands with DELNET in organizing this session. Today, on a special day, marking the birth anniversary of the great visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. We express our sincere gratitude to you, Dr. Vede, and thank you very much for being such a distinguished member of DELNET, and we are indeed much grateful to you. I also extend, on behalf of DELNET, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the HODs, the faculty members, and the dear students of the college who have been able to join us this morning. My very special welcome to my own library and information science colleagues at Yashwant Mahavidyalaya and I would like to acknowledge the great support being received from Dr. Atul Sidurkar, the librarian, who I have always found him very proactively, who is managing the library services and also being the coordinating bidder, and especially in organizing this webinar session. So we are truly appreciative of the support received from Dr. Atul and also from the entire library team. Well, before, as all of us have been knowing about it, the reason why we are being here today is a special day, paying our numbered tributes and remembrance to the great visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji, and today we are being here and it's being observed worldwide as a Students' Day, and it's indeed a profound privilege for us to have with us the young enterprising students of Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Vachan. They are today with us on this occasion. And well before, because as we know, today we are going to make you acquainted about DELNET resources and services. And I would just like to, before we start the session, I would just like to, talk as a very opening remarks from once we are paying our humble tributes to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji, I would just like to share a very wonderful, quote from him, which really holds a great significance, and that would be in tune with the entire deliberations that we are going to, just going to happen in a short while. And to quote him, he said once that great books ignite imagination, imagination leads to creativity, creativity blossoms thinking, thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. The entire essence of holding today's webinar on this birth anniversary is to make you acquainted with an organization which is dedicated for transforming the libraries, empowering the professionals, and yes, indeed, the entire scholarly and academic community. And this would be one of the most humblest tributes to the great visionary and the great human being by having this session here today, which is definitely would be a contribution in making you more knowledgeable. So I would like to now request Dr. Atul Sidurkar, the librarian and also the coordinator of the session today, he would like to say I welcome you to the college. It's over to you, Dr. Atul.
Thank you, ma'am. It's nice to see you. And namaskar, good morning, and very warm greeting to you from Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Vachan. It's a profound privilege for me to welcome you all to today's webinar, which is on DELNET resources and services, which is shortly going to be conducted by Dr. Sangeeta Kaur, Director of DELNET. It's a profound privilege for me, firstly at the very outset, to welcome distinguished speakers of the webinar today. We must thank you, Dr. Sangeeta Kaur, for acceding to our request and being there with us this morning on behalf of Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Vachan and each one of our attendees. We would like to welcome you to today's webinar and thank you so very much for accepting our request, taking our time and being there with us today. Thank you, ma'am. I extend our hearty welcome to Honorable Professor Suresh Bhaudeshmukh, ex-MLA Vardhan and ex-Chairman National Rural Education Society Vardhan, Honorable Samir Deshmukh, Chairman National Rural Education Society Vardhan, Dr. Vilal Deshmukh sir, Group Director, National Rural Education Society Vardhan, Dr. R. M. sir, Officiating Principal, Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Vardhan, Dr. Kulkarni ma'am, ITC Coordinator, Pratibha Dasani ma'am, Activity Coordinator, Advisory Committee, and all activity in charge of cluster colleges. I have an immense pleasure in welcoming our library and information science professionals who have joined with us from different corners. My very special welcome also to the various education faculties, members, researchers, and scholars who have been able to join us. It's indeed a profound privilege for us to have each one of you with us today at a particular webinar which is on DELNET resources and services. I have pleasure in welcoming you, and I would like to say that today's webinar is being conducted as a collaboration with DELNET, cluster of 13 institutions and Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Vardhan on a very, very important aspect which will hold very significance for library as well as faculty members, students, researchers, and scholars. We as the library and information professionals who are supporting the researchers and scholars in our respective institutions and also at large helping the researchers and scholar community. Being in the field of education and research, we must really know about the various aspects of DELNET resources and services. So we have an immense pleasure in having each one of you today with us. We really look forward to the deliberation which is just shortly going to be conducted by our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sangeeta Kaur ma'am. It's a profound privilege for me to welcome Dr. Sangeeta Kaur once again and also to introduce her to each one of you. Dr. Sangeeta Kaur is currently the Director of DELNET Developing Library Network New Delhi. She has been working in DELNET for 27 years and she was working as the Network Manager DELNET till July 2020, and then took over as the director of DELNET. She had been involved with the overall operation of the library network. She worked as a technical staff at DELNET with the National Bibliographic Database pilot project of the Department of Culture, Government of India between 1998 to 2000. For the creation of Mark 21 bibliographic records in India, she is actively involved as a resource person to impart training to LIC professionals in Goa and open source integrated library management at Mark 21. She has authored nearly 25 papers and edited 12 books. She was awarded with the Best Women Library Award in 2003. She has been a course writer for IGNOU, PGD, LLM course for retrospective conversion in library and Mark 21 module for MLISC program. She got the Outstanding Paper Award from Emerald Publishing UK for the year 2011 for her paper in the journal International Interlending and Document Supply. She has also been awarded with the prestigious International Visitor Leadership of the US Department of State, USA, and she visited extensively the US Library Museum Archives in USA in 2012. She was also a member of the working group on National Virtual Library Networking and ICT applications in library of the National Mission of Libraries, Government of India. She has visited countries including Germany, Greece, Kazakhstan, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Sweden, Thailand, and USA on various professional assignments. Her contribution in the field of library science is unparalleled. Once again, madam, it's a proud moment for us to welcome you as a resource person for the webinar. I am delighted in informing you that we have a cluster of 13 colleges, and right now staffs and colleges of 13 colleges are being with us for this particular webinar in hybrid mode. Nearly 100 delegates are watching you in the big screen in live mode, and we truly believe that no occasion would have been better than 15th October, the birth anniversary of Dr. APJ Atul Kalam, to have you for this webinar. It's a profound privilege to welcome our distinguished guest, Dr. Sangeeta Kaur, to today's webinar, and thank you very much for taking out time and being there with us. We really look forward to the deliberation and to your enriching session on DELNET resources and services. I request all the delegates to give a round of applause for the ma'am so that I can hear you.
Thank you so very much, Atul. I'm very much humble. Thank you so much for a very generous introduction, and I'm indeed feeling very delighted, equally feeling delighted, to be there with each one of you today. It's indeed a profound privilege to be there, and we'll start the session paying our homage to the great visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. We would like to show you a video bite of the 2014 National Convention on Knowledge Library and Information Networking, which is an annual conference of DELNET being organized by DELNET. This year we are now organizing our 25th NACLIN, and we are very happy to inform you that our NACLIN 2014, which was held in Pondicherry, that was inaugurated by Honorable Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. We would like to take you back in showing you a video bite. So please kindly do, bear with us, be patient and reasoners, because we are going to show you a little bite, from the inaugural session right there. This is our the documentary on DELNET, because we have been wanting to show you, but once we have uploaded this entire thing, I would like to show it to you towards the tail end of this session. We would like to show you this documentary wherein we have the wonderful video bites, from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji, and the other live bites, and we will be showing it to you later in the session. Let me start off, by giving you a little synopsis about what we intend to do today in this 1-hour session. We are going to make you aware about the library network, an organization which is working for past 30 years. We have completed recently on 30th of June over 30 years of our operations, and this is a network of libraries which got originated as a city-based library network way back in the year 1992. So the reason why we all are being gathered here today is to make you aware that how you feel the bona fide user of a DELNET member institution, that is Yashwanth Mahavidyalaya at Prerna, how you can get benefited from our resources and services. The DELNET is the single largest library network in the entire South Asia. We are the second largest library network, at a global level when we talk about. So the entire session, I would just like to tell you that how we have intended to, or what we intend to carry out during this entire session. We are firstly going to give you a little information, some information, background information about this organization, followed by giving you an online access, showing you an online access to our online resources, and informing you that how you being a member of a member institution, how you can make the best use of those resources and services. Towards the back end of the session, we are definitely wanting to get engaged with each one of you and to ask you, and not only just to tell you that what we are doing, we are also interested to know more about from each one of you, because that would definitely be, you would be contributing to DELNET by informing us, some of the gap areas that you are encountering and giving us a chance to really fulfill those gap areas. So we really look forward to having a very enriching and engaging session with each one of you. So as I was mentioning it to you that when we talk about the library networks in a city, in a country like India, it all got started off as that what was the scenario in those days and times when the technology was just trying to get into the institutions. Everyone was much excited to see that how that technology can prove beneficial to them, and there had been a very early steps, which were being undertaken by the institutions. And DELNET is an example here that we are telling it to you that the entire journey of this 30 years, I feel truly blessed enough. This is my 29th year of being with the association, with the organization, and which has given a wonderful chance to see this entire transformation which has happened, across in the last 3 decades in the libraries. And as you have witnessed that what things have been, during the very early 1990s, and how this entire metamorphosis has happened, when we talk about the libraries, we talk about the way we perceive and consume information, and also we create, our information resources. So DELNET, I would like to mention that we are a registered society. DELNET is not for profit organization. We are a registered society established on 30th of June 1992. And our entire work has been, to network the libraries, and in the very early stages. So we got established, with the name of Delhi Library Network DELNET. And in those days and times, the entire purpose of networking the libraries was just to ensure that how the libraries within a city, can get hooked up, can get, a library operation can, get initiated. And we have been able to do that work and continue in the very early stages. Especially our young students would feel very much astonished to know we have been offering the email services. Email was a very new thing in those times. Even having on your visiting cards, writing an email was a very big thing. Anyone used to give your visiting cards to the people, and then they used to see, and they used to be very surprised that, you have got an email. So DELNET was an organization who was helping out the institutions here in the city of Delhi, providing them the email services, and that was being through Department of Electronics. Just for your knowledge, XMail services was the very first email services introduced in India. And DELNET was an organization through Department of Electronics. We were offering that service to our institution here in the city of Delhi. DOE later on became Ministry of, it turned out, from that DOE it came under the Ministry of Electronics and IT, which is the backbone of the country, where the entire communication networks are being run. All of you would be aware about it. By National Informatics Center, Ministry of Electronics and IT. So we started off, that work. We have been doing it hand holding the institutions, helping out there, that how they can create. Library automation was far from reality. No one was even knowing that that kind of change would ever happen. There was only one dream, and the dream was somehow to use the systems, the computers, for using and for undertaking their library work. So we have been an organization who has been having that kind of a hand holding with other institutions, and then came the period, precisely during the mid-99, 99 July, August 99, we developed our entire web update services. We got an IP addresses, and overnight our services became operational on the web, on internet. And that's how the name of the organization, it made us to think about changing the name of the organization, and that's from Delhi Library Network, DELNET. It got transformed into DELNET Developing Library Network, and that was precisely on 13 September 2000, this entire name got changed. So I'm very proud and happy to share with you that in today's day and time, DELNET is networking more than 7,700 institutions spread across the country, and also we have members in countries including in Sri Lanka, in Nepal, in Bhutan, and many other countries. And we are very proud and happy to have Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Wardha as one of our esteemed member institutions who joined on 15th of July 2022, and we are, it's an association that is definitely bound to grow with each passing day, and we are very much feeling happy that we are able to have this session here today and to also to interact with each one of you. When we talk about the DELNET standing in today's date, we are being headquartered in our own infrastructure and buildings that we have here in Jawaharlal University. We have DELNET has developed and built up its own buildings here. And we are also happy to share with you that DELNET has got its coordination units in Pune, in Bangalore, and also in Hyderabad. And very shortly, we are going to start off also our unit in Lucknow. The entire this journey of networking started off as a city-based library network of Delhi. I'm again much feeling proud and happy to share with you that your wonderful state of Maharashtra, to which each one of you also belongs to, and we feel we feel very indebted, and we feel very grateful, to our professional colleagues, in the state of Maharashtra, because Maharashtra is a state now which is giving their maximum number of, our members, and each one of you deserves our very special praise for this, as we have more than 1,000 institutions in the state of Maharashtra are getting network through DELNET. It is followed, very closely followed by the state of Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu has been the state who was leading all the way, but now that has been superseded by Maharashtra, wherein we have, this more than 1,000. Even Tamil Nadu, for that matter, the second largest state, around 1,000 institutions, that we have more than 1,000 institutions, followed by a state of UP, and all across the country we talk about, we have institutions. And all kind of institutions we talk about, whether we talk about the leading IITs or NITs, leading IITs of the country, more than 1,000 medical hospitals of the country, more than 450 universities. We have social science institutions, arts and science colleges, which are being there, specialized institutions. We have CSIR labs, DRDO labs, which are being networked. So this entire work, when we talk about that we are engaged in a library networking, you may wonder that why we are happy doing it. We are very much, dedicated, and we are very much. It's more with the missionary zeal that we are undertaking this entire work, and this is to transform the libraries, bring the change that all of us always desires to see around, But yes, we have to be also become a very active contributor in that change that we always wish to see around. So this entire work of networking of libraries we are undertaking in order to ensure our major focus and the entire, this missionary zeal in which we are working in is to enhance the level of what we call resource sharing. So resource sharing is something which is the essence of, why we are having this library networking done, why we are keeping ourselves focused on having more and more libraries coming together. And the purpose remains that once we are bringing these libraries together, their content networking, are what we are being engaged with, bringing the content together, of all these institutions and making the lives of the users, whether they are academicians, they are researchers, scholars, they are scientists, any user, looking for any kind of information, It is like on a single platter, we are giving them an entire information which have been lines scattered across the libraries. And we are strong advocates of the fact that the social, when we talk about sharing is caring, if you are able to share your resources, you are able to demonstrate, you are able to convey in a very loud and clear manner that you do care for the needs and requirements of others. So it's like a very big family, everyone contributing, all kinds of institutions, irrespective of, that what is their record size, how much is their, kind of their connections. Everyone just feels at part and everyone believes in the fact that they have to help someone else who is in need of information. And DELNET remains as an organization which is entirely committed, to ensure that we are able to meet the needs and requirements of the user in a very time-bound fashion. I'm also very happy to share that we do have a reciprocal arrangement with the libraries worldwide. So anywhere, information can be there, anytime, anywhere, accessibility of their resources by institutions, and the entire purpose remains that we are working with the purpose, and the purpose is, yes, definitely, to fulfill your needs and requirements. No one should remain without information. All of us know the importance of the information. What knowledge does. We are in the knowledge society, and yes, it's very much important that that knowledge has to grow. It has to move and it has to be provided. When you are requiring that, it has just to be there, with you. You should have that, at your fingertips, and you should be able to access. So today is a day which is dedicated towards giving you an access, and providing you that knowledge that how you can access all these resources and can get, entirely benefited out of this entire exercise of networking of the libraries. I just quickly would like to mention that we closely work on what we call the 5 C's of the library network. So we closely work on the C's, 5 C's, and foremost important one of the C, whether we keep ourselves, wherever we are, in whatever situation, and the only thing we see all the time is our user communicate, the clients, the customers, the users, each one of you who are looking for information. So we develop our resources. We are very happy that we are going to show you today, some of our very newly launched resources, which definitely holds a great value and significance for each one of you. We have our union catalog of books, and let me also very proudly share with you that we have more than 43,000 records of Vachan Mahavidyalaya, which are now being merged in the DELNET Discovery Portal. It's not only to be seen by you, but yes, worldwide now, the libraries and their users, their faculty members will be able to access these resources. And I typically, I would like to mention and I would like to appreciate the very proactive support, and proactive cooperation being extended by Dr. Atul Sidurkar, who has really proactively have sent across those, and this is how this entire networking of libraries happens. So you can use DELNET also as a web of pay. I'm not so much sure whether your own resources, library resources, remain operational 24/7. If not, you can always use DELNET as a resource, even to search your own library catalogs. We are shortly going to show you that how you can make those searches. So 3.7 crore bibliographic records that we have got with us, and very well can access these resources. And every day we get a lot of our libraries with their search. We also have, I would just like to out of the 5 C's that we have been talking about. Besides that, we have the connectivity is a very, very important thing. So our resources remain operational 24/7, to our institutions. You can always get access. Communication is the key to collaborations. I believe all of you would agree with that fact. And because of that reason, we are very much open. You can just send us an email, whatever way you want to communicate with us. Communication has to go in, and it's very much important that that we should be able to really inspire and motivate our users that they should always remain communicated. So you are most welcome any point of time. You are looking for something, you can always get to. And lastly, I would like to say the cost. The cost at which the services are being offered, and yes, for developing economies, and for that matter, even for the developing economies, the cost at which we are offering the services remains a very it plays a very crucial role in the knowledge transfer, it plays a crucial role in the resource sharing, and keeping that in view, DELNET is very much sensitive on this, and I would just like to mention our membership is institutional in nature. An institution joins as a member whether it's a college or a university or any academic institution, a special institution, and our resources can be accessed by the bona fide users. Our nominal membership fee of 13,570 every year at the time of renewals that the institution pays, and that has not been changed for the last 21 years. For the past 21 years, we are just holding the same membership fee. Reason is we are really dedicated and determined to ensure that the user should have an affordable access to information, and that's a contribution, a humble contribution of DELNET for fulfilling one of the SDG goals. I think the majority of you will know about it, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and one of the goals is to provide an equitable and affordable access to information. So it's very much important when we think about creating the inclusive societies where everyone should be at par, and we need to provide not only affordable access but also equitable access. Everyone should have an equal kind of rights to have an access to information, and that's one of the efforts of DELNET. And I would just like to make you apprised about the service being offered, and I think that would be of great use because the service is something interlining only document supply across the country, outside even India. This is a very popular service of ours, which are being used by institutions of great eminence. You may wonder that those who have a huge, big budgets, they really rely every day. Whether we talk about any IIT, we talk about any, I really talk about any universities, or for that matter, colleges and others, heavily, greatly rely. So this inter-library known as a name indicates, you can get these documents being borrowed from other libraries. You can see 3.7 crore books, and you want to get this arranged from any moving part of the country, you can very well get it. Very good with that. I'm just showing an example over here. You see here a book in psychology, and I can see psychology is also one of the streams we taught in the college. So psychology in India, volume 1, basic psychological processes of human development. This book is by Diwas, and you can see here we are sitting this book. This book belongs to the NCERT library, and now we are sitting across this book to one of the member institution, which is in Delhi University. We are sitting across this book for inter-library loan. So the book of NCERT will now be delivered at a major university. We are going to keep this book for 4 weeks period, approximately a month time, and then they are going to return back this book. See here is an example, title, From Middle and the Transformation of the Law. And you can see here, this seems to be a reference title which has been borrowed by one of our institutions. And now this is from Nirma University, from Ahmedabad, this book has come. And now we are sending across this book to one of our member institutions. And the institution is the government for Delhi for South Asian University. They have written this book, and now we return this book to go back to Ahmedabad. So likewise, you can just get whatever you are looking for. You can just get those books and get this on the library road. And you may ask me that what are the charges to be paid for this? So then we must charge for a nominal courier or a postal charges. So we are sending, for example, the book to you at Palma. And whatever the nominal courier or the speed post charges that we incur, which ultimately depends on the weight of the book, we are just going to charge you that. So book costing you 30,000, 40,000, 8,000, sometimes books are not available in the market. Even if you want to purchase them, you can't purchase them, they are not available. Then they can get you those books in the library only. You need to pay only that nominal courier charges or the speed post charges. Similarly, we also have document delivery services, and under document delivery services, you can get to know the journal articles. You may have a subscription to the journals, but you may not have particular issues covered. So you can always ask DELNET for a very selected journal articles that you're looking for, and you can get those journal articles. This is just to tell you, this is in addition to a large number of resources which are being provided by DELNET. So that we are shortly going to now show you. We are skipping now because we would like to keep ourselves focused also to tell you, we offer the software free of charge for library education purposes, and we also have consortium for ebooks and e-journals, and this is how we are. You can see over here, you know, that how that's a membership across the country, and as we can see here, Maharashtra 1,026 members that we have got, followed by the state of Tamil Nadu 1014, followed by Uttar Pradesh 912 institutions. They are all the institutions. So across the length and the breadth of the country, right from the northern tip, the Jammu and Kashmir, to the southern tip of the country, we talk about Tamil Nadu, northern point, we take you to the eastern side of the country, where it's Assam University or Testu University or Iron Shillong. We take you to the western side of the country, whether it's Irman or Maharaja Sayajirao University. Across the length and the breadth of the country are being controlled by DELNET, and that's how we have got more than 7,700 institutions which are there. Even outside India, we have members who are very active members and greatly utilizing our resources and services. And if we see the kind of members, definitely they are academic. You know, majority of them, they are all the academic institutions. We do have research and special organizations also at the same time. We have government libraries, we have diplomatic libraries, and others. Who can join DELNET? Any institution having a library can join DELNET. So this is for those of our colleagues who are not from our member institutions, and I would also like to request that since Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Vardhan has got, as we mentioned by Dr. Atul, that you have fairly a good number of other colleges, we would like to make an request and appeal that please do come forward and join DELNET as an institution member so that the resources and services of DELNET can get utilized by the other institutions also, the other colleges also. Now we are taking you now to our online services and to show you that how you can access DELNET. So firstly, we would like to mention that the IPs of the Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Vardhan, they are already being updated. So as long as you are in the college campus, you should be able to access DELNET. So firstly, we would like to request also the college authorities, and especially our librarian, Dr. Atul, to create, you know, a DELNET link on your library web page, because that will definitely help you and help the users know more about this facility, and then they will be able to click on. And once they click on to it, so you can just get that link up. We'll just show it to you. So this is our new discovery portal that you need to click on. So go to the website. DELNET.in is the site that you have to go to, and this is the link of new discovery portal. I'm also very happy and delighted to inform you that DELNET has received a very prestigious IIP Award for Excellence in Public Services. That was way back in the year 2020, which was being bestowed on us by the Honorable Vice President of India, the then Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Abhinaya Naiduji. And we dedicate this to all our member institutions and all the our colleagues and professionals, academicians, everyone who's ever been connected with DELNET. Because without your support, without your cooperation, without your active, engagement and involvement with DELNET, we would not have been able to come this far, from city-based network to where we start today's day and time. So please remember, this is now, once you go to DELNET.in, click onto this new discovery portal, and once you do that, if you are in the campus, the system would automatically take you and would not ask you for any login and password. But if you are outside the campus, system definitely will then prompt you for username and password reasons, because that particular IP from where you will be accessing, system would not be able to do authentication. So the username and password, and requesting Dr. Atul to ensure that all our HODs are faculty members and also our students who are very much entitled to access DELNET, and please feel free enough in disclosing the username and password, but not on the website, but yes, definitely on through your internal communication you can always send to. So please remember, the username goes as MHYNW, MH for Maharashtra, Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Vardhan. That's how it goes, and the password, requesting Dr. Atul to please do inform each one of you about it. This is our main front page, and you can see here the name of the institution that just gets displayed, Yashwant Mahavidyalaya Vardhan, And you can see over here, the wide spectrum of resources that we have got. Just to get the thing started, we would like to keep ourselves focused on the subjects which are being taught in the college so that they become more relatable. And so let me just show you. This is simple window searching or searching around 3.7 crore books or any resource which are available in the libraries. They are available in the libraries, please make a note of it. They are available in our member institutions. And yes, what we had just shown you was interlibrary loan. You will be able to get those material on interlibrary loan from these libraries. And just like to show you an example, let's say on economics you are searching for the books. So even if you put the right qualification, economics or economic, anything that you want to relate to, or you can just mention it that you are looking for this in the title of the book. Select format, you say books for loan. You are looking for books which are there with the title, the word of economic. And now you can see over here, the system is telling you there are 7,025 such heads wherein the word, economic would be appearing, in this. And now you can see here, if we see date descending, so the latest titles are going to be shown first. So the latest books, you can see here, this is a forthcoming title, which has been there, Modern Labor Economics, Theory and Public Policy, here at the right translation. And you can see here the titles which are being getting displayed. And I would just like to also show you and tell you that how it works. You can see here when we started off as daily library, book the name of DELNET. So by default, whichever library we were working in those times, in the very early 1990s, the location code was just without any state code because it was by default that the library is Delhi. Whether we talk about JNU, Delhi University South Campus Library, National Institute of Public Finance and Policy, Indian Institute of Public Administration, Ratan Tata. But when we moved out of Delhi in the year 2000, the name got changed from Delhi Library Network to Developing Library Network. We started giving a too small case level code. The way, for example, we have done it for your institution and MET. Telling to the user that this library is in Maharashtra. Similarly, you can see here GJ, Gujarat, Institute of Management, CH, Chandigarh, Punjab University, Chandigarh, GJ, Gujarat, Maharaja Sayatullah University, JK, UK, Jammu and Kashmir, University of Kashmir, PB, Punjab University Library, Patiala, TN, Tamil Nadu, OB Arts and Science College, PN, Karnataka. You can just keep on moving down. See here, you have got in Maharashtra, you have got in PN, Karnataka, and likewise you will be able to see. Now see here, this is just to show you an example that how this works. So you are able to see, and so we have a feature here that if the book is available on Google, you will also get a Google preview link. So the Google preview link, you click onto it and you can see here, exactly microeconomics, it's telling you across the country the titles which are there, whether they are at National Institute of the moment you take the cursor, it will tell you what is this location for. National Institute of Technology, Puducherry has got a book, International Economics. Likewise, you can see mathematics for economic analysis by Sidurkar. You can see here, no too small case letter code, that means this library is in Delhi. This is to convey that this library is in Delhi. And Strategic College Delhi has one. And if I click onto this Google preview, straight away you will be taken to the Google preview page where you will be able to see the content pages of the book. So you can see here, the content pages of the book are there. If you are looking for any specific chapter from the book, you can always send us an email, say that I am looking for this chapter number 11, can you arrange to send it? And we will very well just arrange and can send it to you. Or for example, you feel that I want to refer to that specific title, you can just I will just show you an example over here. Let's see, you can see here, MN, Manipur Technical University, we have libraries all across. Now let's say for example, you are looking for this book, Economic and Financial Integration in South Asia, Contemporary Perspective. Once you click onto this, get more details, the system is going to show you the entire, details of this book, and we have got an option for requesting this book. And this is requesting this book on interlibrary loan. Physically, this book will get arranged and will be sent to you. There is an ideal password, and this password is being informed to the library. Atul is aware about this password, and and this password will not be disclosed to the users. The reason is because it has to be used for placing a very authentic request. The moment you will get this particular password, we are going to get this will get registered, and we are going to work on it and send it across as book to want to like loan, which you can keep it for a period of 4 weeks. And then you return back the book back to us. So it may happen that you are getting a book from our Delhi office, or maybe from Pune office, if it has been arranged from some of the library in Maharashtra itself, or maybe from Bangalore, you will be getting it. So this is how the entire thing works. And email this search, so you can email this entire result text also to your own self, and you will be able to see that, and you can come back and you would like to use it at any point later, you will be able to do that. So it is also helping the users in getting to see that what is available, where it is available, and later on you may want to. Now let me just show you an example here, because as we said, we are very happy that we have the records of Vishwan Mahavidyalaya. And just to show you quickly, if I just put MHYMW and I say all fields, just the location I am working, that how many of the titles are there. You can see here 43,171 books of your own library are being merged, and we really congratulate each one of you, and more specifically to our wonderful library team being led by Dr. Atul or Sidurkar for being very proactively coming forward and doing it. You can see here, these are entire records of your own library. And next, Vachan Mahavidyalaya Vachan. And what I was telling to you, that you can use it also as an op-ed. And how to use it as an op-ed, I'll just tell you, how you can do that. Now let's say MHYW, and you're looking for some legal titles. So you can just put the location, MHYW, and just the legal and star. So you're looking for words, and then please ensure you have chosen all fields. Reason is, it can't be the title, because this is in the location code. That's the reason why we take the searching the field remains the all fields. It can be there anywhere. And if I do this, what you are going to get, this is to show you that how it works as a web op-ed. So you are going to get only those titles which belongs to your own library. So you can see here now, legal language, legal writing, these are all the books of your own library. Repeatedly, you are going to see the location code. No other location code of Gujarat, Karnataka, Punjab, nothing, it would all be your own location codes. So this is how it can be used, as your web op-ed. You can use it as a facility to use, whether it's 11 o'clock in the night or 6 o'clock in the morning, and before getting to college, we just want to see whether this book is available or not. So if I just go to get more details, you are able to get even the call number, the accession number, and everything of this book. So similarly, you can make the searches, and only thing is, please remember the code MS for Maharashtra, and it is YMW Mahavidyalaya Vachan, and that's how it's going to work. And then you just can get any keywords that you're working, and this will work. So once again, heartiest congratulations to the entire team, because these reports are now going to be available. They are available. They are very much available. And yes, worldwide, our member institutions across the country and outside, they will be able to see that what you have. Even for any title that you are looking for, let's say for example, the Sahitya scripture that you have in, and just to tell you that how you even can make the searches in any of the other languages. So I would just like to show you, let's say, if we want to make a search, for Dr. Kalam's books, and then we just name and see, and now you just can copy this. You paste it here in the. This is just to show you that how you can make the searches in any of the language. Even we have got the Marathi books also at the same time. So you can see here now. These are all the titles. This is the titles which are being there, and you are able to see the titles being in Hindi. So this is how you can fetch the records which are being available, and they are you can just make the searches using this. So this is how you can see the books which are available in Hindi, and even for that article in any of the languages, you can just type it on Google and you will be able to search these results set. So just to give you a kind of feel that how you will be able to see these and how you will be able to get the respective hits. Now let me take you, so this is to show you your own library records besides seeing the records of other institutions and how this plays a role in your library loan and you can just ask anything. Now let me just quickly take you to a portal called as a knowledge data portal, and let me just tell you knowledge data portal is a portal which gives you access to around 1.6 crore full text, ebooks, e-journals and e-articles. You can just make the searches on anything that you are looking for and you will be able to get the record. So I will just try to make the search as a very broad, what I do when we talk about science. So let's say we go for psychology. Let's see what we have on psychology. Or you can do and write tradition. And these contain full text, ebooks, e-journals and e-articles. So you just say psychology and you just say search. And now you can see there are 32,854 such hits are there wherein the word psychology is appearing. And you can see here there are 32,446 articles, there are 182 ebooks, there are 143 institutional repositories, and then there are also 83 journals. You click onto the articles, so once you click onto the articles, you are going to see all these articles which are being available. So these are the various articles which are being there, where the word is psychology, we are just taken it, and you will be able to get whatsoever references articles that you're wanting. You can just click onto it and you will be able to, this is Russian and this particular article that we have chosen, and you will be able to get the entire article over here. So you can see here the entire article. You can just go to the respective particular article and you can also be able to get the entire result sets. So we'll just like to show it to you. You can just move down and can see the various articles which are being available, and you can just go to the respective references and you should be able to get the desired result sets. So this is to show it to you that you can just once you click on the PDF, so you will be able to see the entire result sets. This is in fact the one that we have done is Russian script, but yes, you will be able to get. Other than that, also you can just click on to any of the other hits. This has just happened by chance that we were seeing it. You can just see the full text and download the article, and you will be able to see this. So download this reference, and once you download this reference, you will be able to see this entire article. It's getting downloaded. We are just going to show it to you. So this entire, you can see here, this entire reference, this is a document that has been published. So about something on false self-presentation on Facebook, So entire thing, would just get appeared like this, and you can just use it whatsoever way that you want to use it. You will be able to do that. So there are no limitations. You can just go to any one of them, any particular articles you can go for, and you should be able to utilize it the way you are wanting it. And you can see here the PDF version of the articles being there, it's being downloaded. So please always when you have this, you can see here 13-page article. So the entire article is being there on the screen, and then you can just utilize it whatever way you want it. You can just use it at similarly for ebooks also. For ebooks also, you can just go to, let's say for example, you go to the ebooks. So once you click onto the ebooks, so you are able to see now. So these can be the ebook chapters, these can be the books as such, and you are able to get these titles again. So any of these titles that you are wanting to click on to the respective particular hits, and you will be able to get the entire thing. So here again, you can just say download the PDF profile, and once you see, so it's a 19.7 MB file. You can see here 19.7 MB file which is getting downloaded. You just take a little time, and similarly, you can just make the searches on anything that you are looking for. of search that you have with you can always just get these searches. So let me just open this particular email. This is just for demonstration purpose. You can, they are just showing the just ways. So you can see here, you have the 241 page long entire book is in front of you. Psychological perspectives on expertise. And you can see here, this entire book is there in front of you. The entire book is there. With this double arrow key, the book is already downloaded onto the system. With this down arrow key, you can just download it onto your desktop. So let's say, for example, if I open this file now, it is a little C drive. So you can see here it's a C drive now, and this particular file is now being there with you. So similarly, you can just download whatever file that you are looking for. You can always, whatever the content that you are looking for, you can always make the searches. So please note, Knowledge Greener portal is a portal which gives you a full text access to the ebooks, e-journals, and e-articles. Let me now take you to the Vachan portal, and let me just, before I show it to you, let me tell you that this is a portal which gives you access to around 22,000 video lectures of various experts, and this is a major portal. Very recently we have launched this portal on 15th of September 2022. Hardly exactly a month ago we had launched this portal, and we would like to make a special appeal to all our HODs and faculty members at Vishnu Mahavidyalaya Varma to please actively participate in this particular portal by contributing your own video lectures to this portal. So you may have a video lecture already being recorded and it's available on YouTube. We request you, we have already been inviting the institution, we are again sending it across. Just send us a metadata containing the title of the lecture, about the name of the presenter, the speaker, your designation, institution name, and just send us a link where it's available. And we will be very happy. I will just show it to you that how it goes. So you can see here, this is a very state-of-the-art portal which has been made, and our rankings are coming forward, institutions are coming forward, and it's a request, and this would definitely help a lot. So all your video lectures, what our students even they like to view, and they may like to listen to it again and again, the video lectures of yours. Under the institution name, the name would appear of the institution. So you will be able to see Yashwant Mahavidyalaya. Once you conclude the records of the department, students can click onto it and the lecture will be available. So just to show you an example, we're just showing an example. Let's say you are looking for IIT Delhi. This is just to show you, once you contribute your records, how it will work. So if I want to see the recordings of IIT Delhi, any video recordings, it says search now. And once you say search now, so it's telling you there are 1,077 video lectures are there from IIT Delhi. And you can just go to anyone, let's say to the transformation from Department of Mechanical Engineering, and it says watch this video. So once you say watch this video, you will be able to see.
Okay, that's fine.
What I have shown to you is also to tell you that you can then auto-translate. The subtitling can happen in Marathi. In majority of the video recordings, you will be able to notice that the subtitling can be converted into Marathi, and the student can read it in Marathi, and then again you come back and again can listen to it in English or whatever language in which this has been recorded. So this is how it really works, and you will be able to get that. I'll just show you also. You can make searches. There is also a browse category, and I'm just trying to, see over here. You can see here the various categories which are being available. Even we talk about science, for example, which is one of our areas in the college. So 1,635 such video recordings are being available. And you can just be able to see, some of the things which are being, the video lectures which are being there. Let's say on aging, there is something, and you can see here we have this video lecture who are there, and everything, all the information are there, and you will be able to see it now. This is just to quickly show you, look at this. And also we would like to tell you that there is an option over here. Even you can do a searches by the speaker name. By the speaker name also, if you want, you can go by the speaker name, and you can make the searches by that. So that even speaker name come, let's assume you say search now. So the video recordings of that particular speaker would be there. So there's only one. Mine is there, and then one can also have play. So this is how it really works. And if you want to record your video lecture to DELNET, you can do that. You can send us a requisition. I might click on to it, so it just does that. You put in all your details, and you say that yes, I'm interested to record this video lecture, and DELNET has started doing that. And you can, we have a member institutions who wants us to record, and they're using the same code webinar platform, or recommend a video link. For example, your own video lecture is already available on YouTube, so you can put your name, your email, file, title of the lecture, what is the title of the lecture, speaker's name, whoever is a presenter, designation, department, institution, subject category, what's the subject, language, which language is it, English or in Marathi, and this is also to ensure that we are able to do very complete work, for any team, because we are all aware about it, that in the new education policy, how to focus has been there on the regional languages, and there's a greater necessity, in a country like India to really embrace that, and we should be able to also capture much of content in Indian regional languages. And then you can type in the video link over there. I would like to request Dr. Atul Sidurkar to kindly coordinate this work. We have already sent across an information about it. There is an Excel file which we can send it across and get back to you, and you can just get the data filled in, and you can send a circular across all the HODs and the faculty members. And already if you have recorded lectures, you just have to give us all these details: the title, the speaker's name, designation, specific department, institution, category, the language, and the video link. So send it to us, and we'll be very happy, and the students will be able to make really a good use of this. It's a very, very massive big database, and 22,000 video lectures which are already there, and our institutions are coming forward. Even searching. Let's say, for example, here we are making a search for psychology. We're just trying to see. Let's see what do we have in psychology. So you will be able to get now the hits where 299 such hits are there, and you can see here can you work on this particular process. So there's more of the psychology, which is being a new psychology. You can see here attitude and attitude change, and you can just go. So basic emotions, not many things. I go hard to same way. Again, you watch this video, you can do legal review, write a review, what to write a review. It's very much possible to do that. Even with the these are the things, and we would like to request each one of you, especially our distinguished faculty members, to come forward in doing that. And this would definitely be this is the DELNET's best practices for enhancing knowledge sharing of the subject matter experts. So the distinguished faculty members report so much of subject expertise with you, and this would be a great help. Like the students community, whenever they are, whichever institution they belong to, and they're specializing in your field of knowledge, they will give you with this. And these are the various categories which have been created, and they just can go to the respective ones, and you will be able to get not much of resource, which are available like the So this is to show you, something on this vision portal. Now let me just take you to our e-journal section, and e like to show it to you. So you're able to see, within practicals, how many journals are being available in that particular thing. Let's say mathematics, 19, as you can see, we have mathematics also being taught in the college. So you have got 92 such journals are being there in mathematics which are being available. So you talk about International Journal of Algebra. You can just go to the respective particular articles, recent articles, and you can even go to the various archives of all these journals, and you will be able to see these are the special issues which are available. As you can see here, the entire article you will be able to download from these particular journal titles. So, and one can go to any particular link that you would like to go, whether it's mathematics or you are just trying to see for, we just take you to the social sciences also. So you talk about social sciences, we have psychology, which we have already have taken up, but let me just see. So you are able to see now 151 such journals which are in psychology, European Journal of Psychometry. This. So you get International Journal of Wellbeing and Social Psychology, and it seems to be a certain issue, which is happening. But you can do this, which is do that. Seems to be a little issue with this. But you can just go to any one of these, it depends entirely on the areas in which you are specializing in. But you can go to these specific journals and you will be able to get the respective, articles. You can always browse through these entire listings and can go to the specific issues and will be able to get the articles that are required by you. So you can see here the journals which are articles which are being there, and you can download this entire articles also. So download, there is a link for the download, and you will be able to see the entire articles which are being there. So you can see here the language of article. You are most welcome to browse through any of these journals listings, and just for your information, whether we talk about what we are doing, it's some of you, if you are from engineering and technology attending to it, you have around 860 journals, again various categories which are being there, and you will be able to get, especially in management, we talked about, we have got even the Scopus listed journals. We are able to see the Scopus listed journals also here. 240 journals which we have in management, and again you can go to the respective journals within practice we are mentioning. There you can see here there are Scopus listed journals, and you will be able to go to the respective issues, and you can go to the respective articles and can make the use of that. So virtual team, so it has the download the PDF file of these, so you can see here the entire article is being there, but also you want to download it as a PDF, so you will be able to download the PDF files also. So you are just going to convert the PDF, and once you do that, you will be able to see the entire article over here. So this is just to show you can just pick up whatever you want and be able to go. Let me also tell you, we have a language learning portal, which is a very wonderful portal, and this is for British Broadcasting Corporation, especially for our young students. It's really cool, it's a great value and promise, and you should be able to make the best use of this. You can download even, this app. This is from BBC, and it is very, very adaptable source for English learning. So whether it's a writing or in spoken skills, you can definitely benefit. They also have ebooks, autobiographies, and biographies. You can go and can see. This is again for the students. Around 123 autobiographies also into what you can do, and let me just also tell you that you can just go through, and you can see here even of Dr. Kalam's Wings of Fire, you can always go and can see this and can read it, and I think majority of you have already read this. E-newspapers accessible, you can even go to e-newspapers, and then we also have even in Marathi, for example, so you have got these all e-newspapers, around 77 e-newspapers which are there in various languages. You can do that. Let me also tell you, and this is more for medicine, for thesis, especially but it's not medicine, it's not an area for the college, so but you can very well can have the law also in one of them. You can see, and the sciences we have already shown. Political science also, you will be able to see. We have got 86 journals which are in political science. So one can go to these, and we can be in a position to open and can make use of them. And let me just quickly also tell you that we have got this YouTube channel. You can see a number of sessions which we are very regularly holding it on various topics, whether we talk about open educational resources or we have best practices for creating green campuses. You will be able to get, the entire list of these, one can see it, and whatever, even a research methodology for our, young students, scholars, we can always, for example, this one, on the role of ideas in research, and one can be in position to also use that. So one can make the good use of it, and would like to also tell you, we have user statistics, and this is for a library, so you want to generate that. So if you click on it, system will ask you for a password, and this is the password we have already given in our permission letter. Know your ideal book status. This is if you have a question about the DELNET and you want to know the status of that, since currently no book has been requested, that's the reason we are not taking, there's nothing written in this page, but you will be able to see that. And we are the ones who keeps coordinating with you on the emails. We will send you an email, we will notify you, that what is the status of that book, when are you dispatching, when we dispatch, about it. So all those kind of things, we take care of it in a very regular manner. So I believe, this is what we have important to say for this slide. I'm just going to let you know our email address, and you're most welcome at any point of time. You have any queries, you're most welcome to let us know. Send us across an email, and as I said, you have a very young energetic librarian, Dr. Atul, Sidurkar, and library teams who are being there to support you and to keep you always connected with them. It would be a privilege for us to be of any assistance to you at any point of time. So to sum up, I would just like to just make a very humble request to each one of you to make the best use, to create, firstly, this is for our Dr. Atul Sidurkar, to ensure that the link of DELNET is available on your library page. You can create a link of DELNET digital resources. So, and as long as someone is there in the campus, they will be able to, straight away be able to use it because it's an IP-based access. Even otherwise, outside, through your internal communication, you are most welcome to send the login and password with them, and you can do each and every one. When your own library resources are also being there, as I have just shown it to you, with the location of MHYAW, MS from Maharashtra, MS from Mahavidyalaya, Vachan, you need to remember that. So you can even get access to your own library resources 24/7. You're looking for any journal articles, you're looking for any books. Books request can be placed by the librarian, but you always can drop an email, write to Dr. Atul, please mark a CC to us, saying that please arrange this book. And as we indicated, for the print books, you need to pay only the nominal courier charges. The cost of the book can be anything, and DELNET is going to arrange those titles and send it across. Using Knowledge Gainer portal, you can straight away and download the books that you are looking for in any subject. Also requesting for Vachan portal to come forward, and this is a request to all our HODs and faculty members, because this would really be, and the accreditation bodies, they are very much appreciating as for we have best practices for data sharing and data accessibility. Similarly, we have this best practices initiatives for knowledge sharing of SMEs, that is subject matter experts, and this holds really great value for the student community. So your expertise, the experts' expertise getting shared across, the institutions, across by the researchers and scholars, and this definitely opens up a new kind of a world of collaborations where the users are being able to get benefited, and they're able to know, yes, these are the experts who are being there, apart from their own institutional expertise that they have, and this would really help a lot, to the academic community as such. So we really request you, as we have shown it to you, and we request our faculty at the college library to help us in getting the video recordings, and you can even put in the details to this link that we have already have created, and we hope that with this webinar would in some ways would definitely help to you in making the best use of their resources and services. I would just like to conclude by quoting and once again on behalf of each one of us, paying a very humble tribute to the great missionary and missionary who has really transformed the entire country and with his magnanimous work that he has undertaken. No one else other than Dr. Atul Kalamji, and I have been feeling so humbled and to say that we have been able to through our annual conference that we had in Africa before, and also at two more occasions, have been able to have a close interaction with him, and have found him a person, of great humility. Means it was such a great blessing to have, listened to him, and it was something that you're going to just cherish and treasure forever throughout the life. We have been wanting to show you that because I would just like to make an attempt once again. That's a that's a Silver Jubilee documentary wherein we have incorporated the address of Dr. Kalam, what he delivered during our National 2014 conference, and we would just like to make an attempt, to once again to see, not through the GoToWebinar platform, but we would like to play it, from our website itself, and just try to see whether that can be transmitted across. And we would just like to quote, Dr. Kalam's, wonderful thought, saying that look at the sky, we are not alone. The whole universe is filled with Diwas and conspires only to give the best to those who dream and work. And I think all of us must always remain connected and to stay in a collaborative mode, keep on realizing the dreams that we have, and to ensure that we are able to achieve and to bring in that change, what we all desire to do. I'm just making an attempt to see if we can show it to you from the video recording from our documentary, which is there on our website, and it's a Silver Jubilee documentary. And let me just see whether this is successful enough with that.
रियाज को बुला
So with this, I would like to continue, for the time being, from the set, and would now like to make the floor open. I know that because we had tried broadcasting it through the webinar platform, but it was not allowing us to move to that particular part in our survey documentary file to show, and that was the reason we had to really use it directly from the portal. Now we would like to pass the question interacting with each one of you, and I would now like to make the floor quickly open for questions and requesting Dr. Sidurkar, if you can kindly help us and get any questions which are in there. Definitely there has to be, because we would also like to hear a bit more from each one of you. So we request Dr. Sidurkar, if you may kindly help us out in getting any feedback from our attendees over there who are being here today in person at the college, and we really look forward. So thank you very much once again. It has really been a pleasure interacting with each one of you on stage today. I would like to request Dr. Sidurkar, Dr. Atul, would you like to say something about this?
Madam, thank you so much. Actually, we are the proud member of DELNET, and we are really stunned and astonished with the work that DELNET has done, and also to the Dr. Paul ma'am, who has done remarkable work in the DELNET. Thank you very much, Dr. Sangeeta Paul, for deliberating wonderfully. It's truly been a very stimulating and enriching deliberation that you have conducted on DELNET resources and services, and touched upon everything concerning. There are not can be taken away from this entire session that speak volumes of your past experience on this particular topic. You have taken care of everything whatsoever one could have thought about DELNET resources and services. And we are indeed very much thankful to you for sharing your vast knowledge and experience on this subject. And indeed, each one of us definitely got full of ideas. There is new fresh thinking which you have been able to share today with your wonderful deliberation. We are truly grateful for merging our library records in DELNET catalog and making it available globally. I am delighted to share with you that we have already incorporated the DELNET link to our college website as soon as we have taken the subscription. We assure you, ma'am, that our all faculty members will contribute in DELNET by creating their video lectures. Dr. Sangeeta, ma'am, it's been a pleasure having you with us. We can't really thank you enough for such a wonderful deliberation, and that we have been able to witness in the last 1 hour or so. And we really look forward to the time when we have can have you back again. So thank you very much for being here with us. We are truly value and greatly appreciate your presence. We will remain indebted to Dr. Sangeeta Paul for her splendid deliberation today, and also with each one of you for being such an engaging attendance. We would not have been able to conduct this session in such a full swing and meaningful manner without your presence. We will remain grateful to you. It's been a really wonderful occasion for us to have interaction with each one of you. I would also like to urge all 13 libraries of our cluster institution to join DELNET as soon as possible, because DELNET is a remarkable source of information. May I request one of the attendees to ask the question? Dr. Chaudhary ma'am is going to ask the question. Dr. Chaudhary.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for nicely elaborating about the DELNET and its success. As per your presentation, you have told us that research student may access online research article either from standard databases like Scopus or Web of Science. So, are they able to download each and every article from Scopus or Web of Science, or are there some limitation in terms of payment? Means they have to pay for particular article. Is there any condition?
Dr. Shobhi, thank you so very much firstly for being there, truly appreciated of your being there with us this morning in the session. Regarding your question, I would just like to clarify, number one, the resources that I have just demonstrated, and also that anyone can access online from the DELNET portal. There are no limitations. You can just download as much as you are wanting it, and there are no restrictions, of any kind whatsoever. Now, coming to your question about Scopus and Web of Science, yes, there are coverage of, it's not a coverage of the entire Scopus and Web of Science resources, but yes, clearly a good part of them are also being covered. But when it comes to, meeting the requirements of each individual, whether they are the academicians or they are the researchers, scholars, what we would like to request, and that's why we have just shown to you and informed you that we have the very popular, this interlibrary loan for books, but also the document delivery services for journal articles. Even the most prestigious institutions they greatly depend on us. So let's say a student is looking for some specific preferences where they are not able to lay hands on and arrange it from their own subscriptions like at the college, or even from the DELNET online, they are not able to find a particular article. What we request them is straight away to drop an email. They can even, they are most welcome, send an email directly to DELNET, just mark the copy to Dr. Atul so that he is being informed and he is able to know also that yes, the respected scholar, audit, member, or anyone has desired this, and definitely will arrange that particular reference. It can be a 1 article, it can be 5 articles, it can be 8 articles, So that this is in addition to the resources that the user will be able to access. So in the case of any article that the user is wanting or articles that the user is wanting to consult for their work, so through this document delivery services, in addition to our existing resources which are accessible 24/7, we are helping out as a very popular service of ours, So wherein the users comes to us with their specific requirements. And they are the academicians, they are the scientists, they are also the medical doctors, they're getting into OTs and they're wanting to get those articles. So we are most welcome, at any point of time, any articles that we're not able to find it, even if they get online resources, straight away approach us because we know that who is subscribing to what, and yes, it's all under the fails, it's all meant for academics and research work and reference work, we're going to arrange for that. And that again, we put, there are no extra charges as such on the semantics. We are being able to get only the print copies, and those print copies we are going to send across through post. So nominal charges for that, that we will be charging. But not otherwise, majority, no. It is just the help of the user, we are sending that to the there. I hope that my reply, clarifies to some extent, Dr. Chaudhary.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your pinpoint solution to my query. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ma'am, may I request Dr. Kulkarni, ID's coordinator of this college, to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. It's a pleasure.
I'm very thankful to you, ma'am, as you have explored a treasure of knowledge to us, not only about the books, but about all the books, how to operate, how to get the pinpoint paper, online journals, how we can upload the video, even how we can access the video of others also. And such a wonderful journey of your DELNET we have enjoyed. And not only enjoyed, but we are very proud to be associated with you. And definitely, even we want to upload our PhD digital theses also on your DELNET. And I would like to ask one question. If you have any citations about our research paper or PhD work on your DELNET, so if it would be there, that will be helpful for you I would like to thank from Yashan family for this wonderful fest. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Kulkarni. Thank you so very much. And you have really inspired me to come out and to inform you because we are working on two major portals right now. One of the portals is what we call the design portal, and the design portal is the DELNET digital exclusive institutional repository for everyone. So that would be that's we are already working on it, where even for example a digital document of a member institution that's helping out their members create a centralized digital repository, and that would be the DELNET centralized repository, where a member institution can upload any digital documents or files on which the institution holds a copyright, whether they are the thesis, they are the question papers, there may be an annual report, there may be some publications that they really want to publicize it more at a larger level. So we are creating a portal, and we are pretty hopeful in 3 months' time we are going to come out with a beta version. Around 50% work has already been completed on that, and that has got a very wonderful feature that we have conceptualized, and it's coming into shape now, wherein the member institution will get two interfaces. One interface will be to access only your own digital repository, only your own institutional digital repository. So let's say Yashwan Mahavidyalaya Vachan has contributed and you have uploaded your thesis, you have uploaded your question papers, your annual reports. So one interface will be that if you are wanting to access only your own institutional repository, you are being asked by the accredited bodies whether you have got an institutional repository. Probably you can say yes, we have got an institutional repository, and then we are creating that centralized platform, the centralized infrastructure for our institutions. Every institution will not keep on doing building and rebuilding, and then we know ourselves there are issues in maintaining it, having the sustainability in place. And besides that, the other interface will be the user, the student, the scholar wants to see what all is available. Let's look at the technology. They just want to see what all is available in this digital repository across our member institutions. So through this network, the interface, they will be able to see across other libraries, other institutions, and through their individual interface, through their own institutional interface, they will be able to see the resources which are being contributed by their phones. This is for you this is informed about Dr. Kulkarni. Regarding your other question of research papers, you can ask us any number of research papers, means all these journal articles which are in there. But yes, there are research, publications, there are research reports, and for that, DELNET is working on a very major big portal. Already work has been started, and we do hope that by the closing of March 2023, that is in this academic year only of 2023, that portal again will be made live. This will contain an infinite, a large number of research reports which can be searched by the title, by the subject, by the institution, by the funding agencies, and that work has already initiated, and that's all something to do with the research and innovation. So we are already confident, and we will be very much delighted and happy to share with you the moment we feel that we want to now make it available under the beta version. So thank you so very much, Dr. Kulkarni, for your very valuable inputs and insights, and we assure you that we are always committed to bringing the kind of a big knowledge complement, and basically to inspire and motivate the entire community to work together as a global community in order to illuminate the path of the information seekers. And we remain entirely committed and dedicated, and we have been diagnostic space from that our founder Dr. Paul was really nurtured this entire organization and could dream about and could really be able to bring it to this level. Unfortunately, we lost him this pandemic 2 years ago, but yes, we remain dedicated to keep that the work to get it to the greater heights, and we all depend on the support from our member institutions, and we are indeed much honored to have Yashwan Mahavidyalaya Vachan as a distinguished member, and we are very open to all all kinds of suggestions, because you are the ones who are going to really tell us that what is really the meaning of the art, and reassure you that DELNET is always committed to make our best efforts to realize it. So thank you very much for joining once again, and we will be very happy to come back to you in a few months' time.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate your initiative. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again.
At last,
Yes.
at last, I would like to extend our warm and sincere gratitude to Dr. Paul Madam for this wonderful delegation, and also to Honorable Professor Suresh Koteshi, ex-MLA Badla, and ex-Chairman Yeshwant Rural Education Society Badla, Honorable Sri Samir Bhavdeshu, Chairman Yeshwant Rural Education Society Badla, Dr. Vilas Deshmukh Sir, Group Director, Yeshwant Rural Education Society Badla, Dr. R.M. Gere Sir, Officiating Principal, Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Badla, Dr. Kundarni, IPC Coordinator. I would also like to put on record warm and sincere gratitude to Pratibha Taksande, Activity Coordinator, Dr. Kabadi Sir, Professor Narayani, and Advisory Committee and all activity in charge of Cluster College in joining hand with Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Badla in organizing this webinar today. Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Atul, and we are indeed much grateful to the entire management and the college, including Dr. R. and also the distinguished officials of the college and also of the society running the college. It has been a proud privilege, to handle this session, a qualified session today, and we really look forward. We are much grateful to each and everyone who has been associated in organizing this session, and also for the enriching discussions that we have been able to have this morning. This has made the morning, a very, very, more brightened up. It's more shining, the brightest one we could think about, and it has all been made possible because of your very gracious presence with us, which we are really going to, cherish. Remember, and this is just a beginning that we have made. We really look forward to the times when we come down to college and also to do many more programs, in collaboration, and reassure you of providing your best support. It has truly been a great honor and pleasure to have you here. And let's continue, we all have to work together in a mission, to fulfill, the needs of the art, to empower, everyone. Let everyone feels empowered enough, and let all of us contribute to the society. As we said, that humanity is the only technology which will never get faded away as long as we are serving to humanity, we will stay relevant all the time. So we are pretty confident and sure that the association between DELNET and Yeshwant Mahavidyalaya Vachan is going to grow by leaps and bounds at each passing day, and really remain committed, to carry forward, the work of collaborations and connections, to bring in a change to the society. And these words, we would like to thank once again each one of you, wishing you the best of the times ahead, and we really look forward to having you, back in more collaborative programs with the two organizations. Once again, thank you so very much, one and all. Stay happy, stay blessed, stay informed, and it will be a pleasure to come back again in more programs in the days to come. We really thank you for your presence and your time and efforts in being here with us on this joint program. Thank you very much for this day.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations to Dr. Sidurkar sir, to success webinar. अरे इतना सुने लगता तो मतलब तो बंदा
चेक करण्याचा आहे तो डिबेटमध्ये आहे मला भेटायला त्याला मला भेटायला
स्टाइल होती आपल्याला आपल्या युनिव्हर्सिटी स्टाइल आहे
ये तो बंद ही था ना ये तो बंद ही था
आमचा ठिकाणी ज्ञान झालेलं आहे भाषण
हमारे लिए नहीं
लेकिन उनका फ्लो देख के थोड़ा
ये रास्ता इतना फ्लो नहीं
इतना फ्लो मेंटेन कर अपन थक गए वो नहीं मैडम नहीं थक गए
नाही काहीच नाही
वो पूरा वर्ल्ड बन के आई
डायरेक्टर आहे
दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का ही पार्ट बड़ा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है अब्दुल कलाम ने इसको इनॉग्रेट किया था इसी कारण फोटो से हाँ फिल्म भी दिखाई और अपने को ये टेक्नोलॉजी का डर लगता है कि नेट बंद हो गया कि
नहीं वो गेम सक्सेस हो गया
पर आज
अच्छा नहीं लगता
बराबर है सही तो उनको क्या नेट का
माझ्या तो पाठ झाला म्हणून केव्हाही जेरॉक्स करू शकतात ते खूप चांगलं झालं पण श्वासस्फूर्ती घेत नाही
नहीं ना
कंटिन्यू
इंग्लिश बोलने लगा आधी बात समझ में आया कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछो एकदम डीप
फक्त तुम्हाला कॉलेज करणार कोणी जाऊ किती वयाचे अभ्यास
आपको
त्याच्यामुळे आपण 50 वयाचे आपण आमचे 60 वर्षाचा मुली पासून
हाँ
60 वर्षामध्ये एक पासून माणसा मराठी मला तो नवीन कारण रिटायर्ड पासून मला तुम्ही कोणत्या एरियाचं द्या बिलियनचं द्या फक्त मला कोणत्या व्यवसाय
साइड पे जा रही है आ रही है
छान झाला आपली दूध भी मिली वो सब अभी क्या करना है
बस हो गया
चाय पीने के लिए चलो
अब जाएंगे हाँ 10 मिनट हो गए
मेरी डिपार्टमेंट में बुलाया
ओके
अभी इधर नहीं बुलाया मैं
अच्छा ओके
आप इधर लो
प्रिंसिपल कर नहीं आपके साथ लेंगे ना आप जहाँ जाओगे ठीक है
भगवान आमच्या